Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Chisme Chronicles podcast, episode number five. Episode number 5. Um, so our last episode, we were talking about. There was a story on there that was about a crazy kind of mother-in-law situation. So we said, you know what, for the next episode, well, actually, we just said in general, it'd be cool to do an episode where we're doing mother-in-law stories, and we just decided to do it today.
Yep.
So all 4 of the stories today are going to be about mother-in-law situations. Not that they're all in the wrong or whatnot, but just in general.
Involving mother-in-laws.
Involving mother-in-laws.
Up to us to decide if they're the crazy ones or not.
Yeah. And also, I'm really proud of one of the stories. The other ones, they're both good, but like I feel like I got one. Because you came really hard
with two in the last one.
You brought it real good, yeah. The last stories of the last 2 episodes. So I'm like trying to step up my game and like find something that's like shock and awe drama. So I hope, I'm just debating, should I do it first or should I do it second?
I always try and debate. For this one in particular, I can't tell which one's I try and end with my better story, and for this one, I don't know which one's gonna be.
You know what? I'm just gonna start with the one that I feel has got like the more punch.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Okay.
Come out strong.
I'm gonna start strong. We're gonna kick it off, and hope you guys enjoy these stories. Okay, here we go. Story number 1. Am I the asshole for hitting my mother-in-law where it hurts? I already know the answer to this. I just want everyone to tell me what a bitch I've been. My daughter was born 3 years ago. After 36 hours in labor, I had a C-section. After I had trouble breastfeeding, my milk never came in properly, and after 2 months of pumping and supplements and praying and crying, we gave up and switched to formula completely. I had my son 3 months ago via C-section. I tried breastfeeding again, but it didn't work. I gave up quicker this time, and we are using formula. My mother-in-law has spent the last 3 years crowing about my failures as a mother. All her children were born naturally. She had no trouble breastfeeding. C-sections are for quitters. Her body was just made to be a mother. But don't worry, dear. I'm sure you're good at other things. Blah, blah, blah. It's ramped up with the new baby. Every time I see her, which has been a lot, just little passive-aggressive digs at me. My husband has asked her to stop. My father-in-law told her to stop. But she just plays dumb. For 3 years, I kept quiet to her face, but she made me cry more than once in private. There was a little while, about 2 weeks postpartum, where I went to a seriously dark place and questioned whether she was right, whether I shouldn't have become a mother, and if they would be better off without me. I'm feeling better now, and those feelings aren't all her fault, but sure didn't help. Important info. My husband has 2 brothers. His mom had a late-term miscarriage of her only daughter, and she always wanted a girl. Anyway, this past weekend, they were over for dinner, and my husband was feeding the baby. She starts in loudly about how she never needed bottles because she made so much milk, and how she guessed she was just a natural mother, and how it just seemed so wrong to give a baby formula. And she was such a perfect mother, practically a fertility goddess, and I was such a failure. I'm sleep deprived and hormonal, and I've put up with this for years, and I just snapped. I said, at least all my babies are alive.
Oh my God.
As soon as it came out of my mouth, I wish I could stuff it back in. She got real quiet, and they left pretty quick after without really asking anything. I firmly believe I'm the asshole, but my husband thinks she deserved it after all the pain she intentionally caused me. So tell me, you're the asshole or what? And then it says there's a little bit more information.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really surprised at how all over the board my judgment has been, thanks to all the other moms who've told me their stories. It makes me feel better about how I'm doing. By all means, I get how mean what I said was. It actually surprised the hell out of me, and I feel ashamed I said it. I definitely need to work on addressing behavior like this from people before it comes to a head like that. Also, I think I'm going to take a break from seeing my mother-in-law for a while. It's probably for the best. I'm really sorry for anyone who reads this who has experienced baby loss. I can't imagine your pain, and I know I'm a shit here. It definitely won't happen again.
Wow, holy smokes. This one, for me, is an easy, like, everybody sucks. which is like another like judgment that people give or whatever. Everybody sucks here. I do think that she's the asshole. I feel like, okay, in the last couple episodes, I've given grace to people for like having like bad snap reactions. I feel like this one feels not so much like a snap reaction, but like she almost like, not that she planned what she was gonna say, but she was just like, it feels more like a, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like retaliation, I guess, you know, but
I mean, I feel like it. I feel like it is a kind of snap reaction because she's saying all, you know, they come in and they're just, you know, if the story, I feel like if the story was more like, oh, this has been happening, and then last week she said something else, and then she said one thing today, and I don't know. I guess how do you gauge if something is a snap reaction?
You can't.
Or not,
it's literally, this is completely, I have no rules for this.
But
this one just feels more like intentional retaliation to me. I'm not saying that the mother-in-law didn't deserve it, but I would just say that they both suck.
So that was the verdict, you know, according to Reddit. Like,
okay,
people did say everybody sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Man, the mother-in-law sucks bad though.
Yeah.
Big time. Like, at what point do you not suck? And they get what they deserve, which is kind of like what she's asking.
The mother-in-law, she's
horrible. She's horrible for years. Like, you know, basically, you know, like,
small digs all the time.
What's the point?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I don't understand what the point is of like people that are like that just want to attack you and like, are they trying to make themselves feel better? Like, are they trying to make themselves feel better, or? I was gonna say, or
maybe
do they just
she's
want to make you
overcompensating for, you know, like maybe she
for
like
losing the child.
Yeah, maybe
That's a
she's
good point.
like, I'm such a fertility goddess, and like I had all these other things, because she's trying to like overcompensate, which she doesn't have to do for anybody. Nobody,
right?
Not that nobody cares, right? But like, it affects no one but her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Know?
Like, you know, I didn't think about that. If you know, she may be overcompensating and like
she
trying
took it
to,
so
she's like
hard,
trying to kind of not trick herself, but like
trying
like, to make herself feel like, oh wow, I had so much milk, I did this,
like I was perfect, I was perfect,
because like she's trying to kind of drown out that little thing that she sees, especially as a failure.
Especially if like she always wanted a daughter and that was something that she never, like, that's horrible. I can't imagine that situation. But then also at the same time, it's like she should have some more like, you know, sympathy for you know, her daughter-in-law that's having these problems, because, you know, I don't even know how comparable those two situations are, but if she had that difficulty as a mother and now she's seeing another mother with a different difficulty or whatever, different struggle, but you would think that she would be able to sympathize a little bit. You know?
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, we kind of get blinded by our issues,
maybe she doesn't even realize that she's overcompensating.
Yeah. And like the daughter-in-law, like, I mean, she freaking came back with a vengeance.
She came back
like,
hard.
She like shut her up quick.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I feel like if everybody else was telling the mother-in-law that she's wrong, right? They're telling her, they're asking her to stop or whatever, and nothing's making her see it. Then maybe this is the only thing that's going to make her realize. But I still do think that, I don't know, because she didn't say that she sat down with the mother-in-law or anything, and I don't know at what point that responsibility falls on her, but I do feel like she could have avoided the asshole kind of title from me personally, not that that matters at all, right? But she could have avoided that from me if it was like, hey, you know, like I realized that I was getting really frustrated, and so in order to kind of avoid any explosion, I set up this boundary and this boundary and this one.
Yeah, and she says it herself, like at the end, you know, she says like, I definitely need to work on addressing behavior like this from people before it comes to a head like that. And like, that's what we all need to do, you know, like I get like so when somebody does something to you or says something or whatever, like, we're not always going to just be like, kind of put a stop to it immediately. Like, and not, you can, or you could be like, all right. But if you kind of like notice that it happens again and again, like, yeah, we should be proactive and like tell people like, hey, you know what? I don't like this. Like, no matter who they are, your mom, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your And it's hard though.
Yeah,
it's
no,
hard.
that's impossible. I can't imagine having to sit down with my mother-in-law and be like, "Hey, if you don't stop making these comments, I don't want you to come over to my house anymore."
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that conversation's like, but also I can't imagine the conversation that she's going to have apologizing for that comment.
So you know what, like also you know what you said, like what can you do before it even gets to that, to like a sit down? Like why does it doesn't have to, like, not to, you could do that, but some, like what I do sometimes is like, I mean, you kind of like hint at things, you know what I mean? Like look, let me just kind of like, are you getting the hint? Like, I don't like that, I don't appreciate that, or whatever, you know. You could just straight up say that, hey, you know what, I don't like it when you say that stuff.
Right.
That's, you know, you're not coming on like strong or like hard, but you're
just making them aware.
You're being very clear.
Yeah, it's very little, like, you know, like slapping the head.
And they might and some people might get offended, like,
yeah, but that's
then, well, that person's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like they're telling you that they don't like what you're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people can be like more delicate, a little bit more like passive about it, or straight up tell them like, hey, you know what, I don't like that. Her son said it, her husband told her, and she's like,
no, this woman's delusional. She sucks really bad.
Yeah. I'm a little on the fence. I don't know if everyone sucks or no. I mean, it's because it is. Yeah. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks. For sure. Everyone sucks because even though I'm like, dude, you got her back. Like, hell yeah, you got her back. Like, she needs to like learn her lesson.
Yeah.
The point is to not get to you don't want to get to that point,
right?
So she sucks too, because she could have addressed these things beforehand, been, who knows how, if she spoke to her husband about it.
I was gonna say,
be more proactive about like, hey, your mom needs to stop this.
I'm not including the husband in the everybody sucks
no, just her and
right?
the mother-in-law.
Just her and the mother-in-law. But I will add that I know that the husband spoke to his mom, the mother-in-law of the story, right? But I feel like if it was me, and that's like my mom being like continually disrespectful to like my partner or whatever, then I feel like at a certain point, like I would almost take it on myself to be like, if you don't stop disrespecting my partner in my home, you're not going to be allowed to come over anymore.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Like
you know what I mean?
That's something that like,
and
100% I would have to do too. Like, tell your mom or tell your dad, like, you need to stop that.
Yeah, and I'm not including him in the verdict because I don't know the conversation that was had. I don't know how strict he was, you know, or like how kind of forward he was with letting her know that was wrong. But I will add that I feel like at a certain point I would have taken that responsibility on myself if that's my parent.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, all right.
So I'll just end with, I also agree. I'll go with everybody sucks.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I feel like that one was a little bit serious. So because of that, I also have a serious one, but I'm going to break it up. We're going to go a little bit lighter.
Okay.
And then we'll end with my serious one. All right. Am I the asshole for doing weird/awkward poses whenever my mother-in-law accidentally walks in on me in the bathroom?
Oh my God.
Reminiscent of another one that we've done, but this one I have a different feeling. Okay. So my mother-in-law, I'm a woman, by the way, it says gal, but whatever, came to stay with us a few weeks until her home is renovated for Christmas. The problem is that she has been randomly walking in on me while I'm in the bathroom. Thankfully, not once has she seen me naked because I started picking up on her behavior after the second time it happened in a week. She'd barge in and then turns around and says, "Oh, sorry," and then closes the door. I tried talking to my husband about it, but he kept ignoring me and then flat out said, "So what if she accidentally sees you naked? She's family." He seriously said that. We have a lock and I could have used it, but I have a past trauma from the idea of being locked in the bathroom after my brother locked me in to the bathroom once when I was 5. So I came up with this idea. I'd go inside the bathroom pretending to use it and then wait for her to come. Because honestly, it's deliberate at this point.
Oh my God.
When she accidentally barges in, she'd see me in an awkward/weird position. For example, doing a ballet stand, standing on the toilet, or standing facing the wall with my hands up. Fully clothed, of course.
Oh my gosh.
I could see how awkward and weird this would be for her because she'd stand there for a few seconds trying to figure out what I was doing. It was hilarious at first seeing her initial confusion, and then she told my husband about it, claiming she's caught me practicing rituals in the bathroom.
No.
I cleared things up and revealed the reason why. My husband was livid. He called me childish and said that I made his mom feel terrified and weirded out by my behavior. He said I should have acted maturely and locked the damn door instead of playing mind games. Am I the asshole?
Dude, what the hell,
Wait,
man?
I think we have really different feelings about this one.
You think so?
I think she's the asshole.
No. You're wrong,
I think
Kaylee.
she's the asshole. I think
Okay.
she's the asshole, 100%.
Okay, all right. Well, so
I'm also making some assumptions.
Okay.
When I say that statement.
okay, so you go to the bathroom,
Okay.
right? And then
Wait, can I lay out or should I lay out my assumptions?
no.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
say
go.
them whenever you want to say what
Okay.
you gotta say. Okay, so the girl, this gal, she's going to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Everyone expects privacy.
Yes.
You go there to do your business,
Uh-huh.
to be alone, to
Yes.
get ready. There's no reason anybody should go in there. Now, do accidents happen? Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, you think the door's closed, but maybe the light's not on because it's too bright. Or you're like, oh, I don't think anybody's in there. You open the door. Oh, it's happened. Oh, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
So then you'd think that, like, you know what? Next time I go to use someone's bathroom at someone's home that I'm staying in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Right. Okay.
But then you don't. So then it happens again. So like I think like you're 100%. So obviously she already mentioned the 2 times, minimum 2 times, because multiple is more than one,
mm-hmm.
on using, when she was like using the bathroom or whatever, and then multiple poses. So at this point, like 1,000%, this lady just keeps opening the door. Just keeps opening the door.
Right.
Because the door is closed. So now you might say, well, she didn't know that someone was in there. Well, that's why you knock. So the other person's like, well, I'm going to prove a point that you keep coming in here every time I come into the bathroom.
Right.
You're going to come over. You're going to come in here and barge in on me. So now I'm going to make all these poses and I don't just make the lady understand. Or I don't know. Just to do something. To snap her into something.
So here's my thing. I think she's only a little bit the asshole, but here's why. So they're in her house. I'm assuming, here's my assumptions, that either they only have one bathroom that's in a common area, or that the owner of the house, lady, is using a bathroom that's not like the master bathroom, right? So one that's like off the living room, for example, right? That's my first assumption. Okay. So I'm assuming that there's no bathroom for this lady to use by herself, the mother-in-law. So if I have to pee bad, and the door's not locked, everybody locks the bathroom door. If you're gonna pee, if you're gonna use the bathroom, you lock the bathroom door. I don't know how extensive this trauma is. I don't assume this. I'm not trying to belittle this woman or say that her trauma is invalid or whatever. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's something you have to work through. If she goes to a stall, is she not locking it? If I go into a bathroom stall, for example, and the door's closed, I'm just pushing it. If I'm coming here or whatever and I have to pee really bad, I'm just gonna open the door because I assume it's locked if somebody's in there.
So let's go with so I'm gonna try to do my best to remember the things that you were saying, right?
Yeah.
So if there's only one bathroom, then it's a small house.
Yes.
Okay, it's a small space,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that someone's in the bathroom. My house is not ridiculously large.
Okay.
Right. But if someone is using the bathroom, I can, for the most part, know. You can hear people walking around. If they're in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house or an apartment, she sees her go into the bathroom.
But
what she can hear the door opens, it closes. Like you're aware of your surroundings. And if you're like, oh, I had no idea you were on my side of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the house is big enough that has multiple bathrooms. So then,
unless they're both in a different bedroom, you know what I mean? Like it could be that, like, for example, if I'm in one bedroom and then she's in another, and then I just come out to pee, I don't know that she's in there. I've been watching TV in my room or something. Right.
So then the another, so that was like one thing, right? Then this other one is that's why I'm saying that accidents do happen.
Okay.
So that that could have happened once, maybe twice. But how has it happened like six times already? Every time she goes in there, how is it that it keeps? So yes, I agree. Yes, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment or house. She's in the room. The mom's in the guest room. The girl walked in. There's enough light. 'Cause also, you can see the light under the door.
Yeah, but if it's daytime, I'm not necessarily turning on.
So that's why I said that. Okay, let's pretend that she doesn't turn the light on because there's enough light in there. So cool. That's how you get to the accident happening once, maybe twice.
Okay.
I could see that happening. No one's the asshole there.
Yeah.
My bad. Damn, I did it again. My bad. Well, I keep doing it because like you don't lock the door because you've got some childhood trauma, so you don't lock the door, and that's how. But then the mother-in-law would be like, well, next time, the third time, I'm gonna knock because I know she doesn't lock the door, so I'm going to knock. Whenever the door is closed, I'm going to knock.
Yeah.
But she's never knocking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel very. I feel very. I'm like, you should be able to knock.
Yeah. I guess okay. Maybe the first, because I feel like that could happen to me. Maybe I'm sympathizing with the mother-in-law because so often I get up to pee and I'm like, I have to pee right now, and I'm just barging into the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, so I guess I'm assuming that maybe that's her situation. But yeah, I guess after the
she's not
third time, maybe I would give myself that.
She's
grace.
never running with Montezuma's Revenge. You know what I mean? They didn't go to Mexico. She came back. She's got Montezuma's Revenge.
Listen, we need information? Do we know the mother-in-law's dietary habits?
Yeah, like I'm gonna hold it until I can no longer hold it, and I gotta make a mad dash to the restroom. I'm like, okay, now we're assuming like 17 levels, and I'm like, I'm like, that's this lady. And then so what this lady, I love the fact that she's making all these ridiculous poses.
It is funny.
To like, come on, bro. Like I'm calling you out. Like you keep coming in here. What trips me out though is that like we did a story on it was a mother-in-law story of episode 4, where the girl, the girl's like, hey, your mom is
snooping.
I'm gonna go watch episode 4.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away. In case you find this episode, go watch episode 4.
That one's really good.
It's a real good one. But the point is like the why does the husband get mad at her?
Yeah.
She's like, I told you she's doing this on purpose, and I just proved it to you.
Maybe the husband knows his mom has diarrhea every day.
This episode is sponsored by Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah. Okay, maybe I've seen the light a little bit.
Well, do you remember the song? It was like the Pepto-Bismol song was like,
if you've got nausea, heartburn.
No, like no, diarrhea. Oh, I don't remember.
It's like if you've got nausea, heartburn, diarrhea.
Is that
something like that?
Dang, maybe I got the wrong melody.
You got the wrong jingle.
I got the wrong jingle in my head.
I know that's the beat. If you've got nausea, heartburn, something.
Let's see.
Pepto.
I want to find the Pepto-Bismol song.
We're gonna get claimed for the Pepto-Bismol song.
I wonder if I can find the lyrics.
You still got the wrong jingle though.
I know you got.
This is a very specific Google search.
Dang it! Well, I don't want to take too much time. But anyway, I don't know. I just thought about that.
No, we're
sponsored by
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. Dude, okay, so
I've seen the light a little bit. Maybe she's not the asshole, but
yeah, I'm gonna go. That lady snooping around. She's snooping around.
Maybe.
We got a snooper.
But I can't. It was a hard assumption for me that she's like intentionally walking in on her in the bathroom. Like, but for what? For what? Because then you're saying it's on purpose.
Okay. So now she's saying, I found your wife doing these rituals. So now she wants to know what she's doing. Like, what are these?
I feel like that's something I would say is maybe I'm giving the mother-in-law too much grace.
I feel like you are.
But I feel like that's something I would say is like a joke. If I see somebody doing funny stuff, I feel like that was a joke. But like I walked in on your wife doing rituals in the bathroom.
But here's the thing that I feel so that I'm latching onto so strongly. It is not gonna happen 6, 7, 8 times.
I just can't assume that it's on. For what would she be doing that? She just really wants to see her daughter-in-law naked.
Dude, after these stories that we've read and just general people, well, I mean, I've lived 36 years. My birthday was on Saturday. Happy birthday to me. people are crazy.
Yeah.
You people are
But I
crazy.
feel like people usually, when they're writing these stories, they usually add that context of like, hey, like I've never liked my mother-in-law, and also she tried to kill me once when we started dating. You know what I mean? It's always like, I'm exaggerating. I'm exaggerating.
No, of course.
But I'm saying they add the context of like, my mother-in-law's been crazy, and then this is the new situation, and we didn't get that.
Or they've never, or she's like, oh, my mother-in-law's like, okay, my mother-in-law's been like whatever, but I've never lived with her. I've never been with her for an extended period of time.
Maybe
she's getting her house remodeled, so now she's, or I think it was her house was remodeled, so now she's around. So now you're seeing the quirks. Now
super weird though. I don't know. I guess maybe people are weirder than I'm assuming.
People are crazy, man. I know people that have make a hard time with that up. They just make up things. They make up things that you've said to them, that you've done to them. Like
me writing these "Am I the Asshole" stories. Just kidding.
Dude, that was I feel sad for the girl.
Yeah.
Because I believe the mom, because I believe the mother-in-law is the asshole, and I think it sucks that she's like, hey, well, I'm doing these things. Your mom keeps coming in, and the husband's like, why are you doing that? You're being so immature. You're being like, bro, I don't, he's like, and he's also being insensitive. Like, the thing is that when you have like a trauma or anxiety, it's never going to make sense to anyone else unless they've gone through the same thing.
Right.
So
I'm not trying to like, I want to go back because like I was like, I'm not trying to belittle her thing. I'm just saying that would make life hard.
What would?
Like her trauma specifically would make life hard for whoever she's living with. You know what I mean? Not hard, like it's not an impossible thing. I'm just saying like that would be something that I would have to adjust to if I lived with her and she didn't lock the bathroom door.
But
you know what I mean?
Like you would just, I feel like you would just, it's just going to be habit. Like the door's closed. Someone's in there. Door's closed. Someone's in there.
Not a big deal.
Like I'll, if the door's closed, like if the door's closed, like if my, like I'll knock to see if my wife's in there or not. Like I just do that. Like, I just knock. You just don't like knocking.
I knock on bedroom doors, but the bathroom, I just like, I don't know. I just assume because like I am always in a rush to go pee, and maybe I just barge in. I guess maybe I'm that mother-in-law. That was a story about me, you guys. I wrote that. I'm just kidding.
Damn. That was pretty. That was good. I enjoyed it. It definitely gave me this like a shock factor. Okay. Next story.
Yes.
Okay. Come on, Reddit. Here we go. Am I the asshole for what I told my mother-in-law when she asked to be in the delivery room? My husband, male 33, and I, female 30, are expecting a baby boy. We're barely catching up with preparation and getting everything ready. His mom, kind of a busybody type, but can be helpful at times, invited us for dinner and said she has an important request to make. She brought her request up at dinner and blatantly said that she wanted to be in the delivery room. Why can't I read? With me when I give birth. I was taken back by her request. I really thought it had something to do with a nursery or diaper brand. I don't know what's up with that. That sentence is kind of weird.
What?
I said I was sorry, but only my mom and my husband will be there.
Oh.
She made a face, got quiet for a while, then brought it up again. Just kept pushing, saying she is as much of a grandmother as my mom, and that she just wanted to be there for support and get the opportunity to see her grandbaby's first moments. My husband sided with her. I just stared at her and said, it's all right. You can have the opportunity to be in the delivery room when it's your son who's giving birth.
Ooh.
Everyone stopped eating and my mother-in-law left the table in an instant. My husband had me get up, although I wasn't finished with dinner, but he said we should leave. In the car, he lost it on me, asking what brain cell made me think it was a good idea to tell his mom that. I told him his mom kept pushing after I had already given her an answer. Still, he said this was the most messed up shit he heard me say. I replied that I was just frustrated and didn't mean to hurt her feelings and cause issues. He argued that if I don't want issues, then I should stop making shit difficult and just say yes to his mom's request. He then ranted about how it's his son too, and then said if his mom isn't allowed in there, then he won't be there either.
Oh my God.
Now I don't know if he really meant this or just said it in the heat of the moment, but it had me fuming. He's been ignoring me when I try to talk to him and act like I am not in the room. I think I might have gone too far and created tension by responding inappropriately. And then it says, edit. There has been some tension between me, my husband, and his family lately. This probably blew up because of built up resentment. And then am I the asshole?
I might be full of bad takes today, but I'm going everybody sucks here also.
People voted not the asshole.
Okay.
But I agree with you.
Yeah, I think she does. I think she is an asshole.
No.
But I think everybody is.
I think everybody sucks. Yeah, I think everybody sucks. I think the husband sucks. I think
the husband sucks.
I think everybody sucks.
Yeah. And here's why. Okay, so obviously people agree that the mother-in-law, I guess, is the asshole. And I honestly am giving her the lightest asshole sentence of all of them in my books. If I'm ranking them, I think she's in third place. Between the husband, number one, then her, then the mother-in-law.
Okay,
for me personally,
I think I'm feeling her in third place too. Yeah, like I mean, she's pressing something.
She kept pressing that sucks. She shouldn't have done it. She's not the asshole for asking, and I feel like the way that OP, the original poster, was like writing this was like almost like she's the mother-in-law is like an asshole for even asking, and I don't think she's in the wrong for asking. Might as well, you know what I mean? She wants to be in there. She might as well. Why wouldn't she ask?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that was already kind of like a not a good way to frame it for me personally. But then she kept pressing. She shouldn't have kept pressing. You know what I mean? Like if she wanted to maybe try and bring it up again later, just lightly, because she really wants to be in there, then that's a different story. But yeah, she shouldn't. I mean, the pregnant lady, the original the poster, she shouldn't have reacted like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like I agree with everything you're saying so far. Like I think 100%. Go ahead and ask. You want to be there when your baby's born? Like there's nothing wrong with asking.
Yeah.
She said no. Then you're wrong for pressing the issue.
Yes.
I think you could bring it up again later.
The reason that I gave her the lightest kind of sentence is because she is wrong for pressing the issue, but also like I could see that maybe she just like she really desperately wants to be in there, and she was kind of like blindsided by her feelings.
I do. I think she's wrong in saying that. She's like she says something like that she is as much of a grandmother as my mom.
Yeah.
So like it's not about that though.
Yeah.
You know, like you're like, for example, when we had when my wife gave birth to our kids, to our daughters, there was no one in the delivery room. It was just her and I.
And that's your wife's choice.
Yeah, it was like both of ours.
Yeah.
I mean, I agreed.
Yeah.
But like if she would have said, I really want my mom there, I personally didn't have anything. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, against that.
Yeah, I wasn't like, no, I only wanted it to be us two.
Yeah.
And if I did, well, there's nothing wrong with that either. But I was like, but if she wanted her mom there, I would have been okay. I mean, I would have been okay with it. But she was like, you know what? I kind of want to be there, just us two. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, me too. I also want it to be just us two.
Yeah.
Well, for our first, because she was born natural birth, and then the second one was a C-section, but it was still only us two.
Yeah.
You know. Plus all the doctors and the nurses. But you know what I mean? Like she didn't. She's like, I just wanted to be us two. You know, giving birth is crazy. You know,
like
what I mean?
Traumatic.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
for some people.
Yeah, for some people for sure. But like, it's just, you know, it's intense. You know, you're in a vulnerable position. You know, the mom is. You know, and some family members are looking, dude.
Yeah.
Like some people that will either allow some people to be there, or sometimes family members like that. They just like they're in there, or like, let's just say everyone's in the room and like, okay, cool, we're almost gonna start giving birth, people need to leave, and only the people that I want to stay can stay, and then like they don't leave, and then like it's time to start pushing. Well, you can't do anything.
Yeah,
at that
I'm not
point.
Gonna be advocating for them to go while I'm in the middle of labor.
Yeah. So I'm like, yo, if, for example, if my mom or if my dad or my father-in-law were there, like, yeah, y'all can watch behind her.
Yeah,
behind her
shoulders and head.
No one's
only.
gonna be looking down here, like, you know, like.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I mean, I wouldn't have wanted that. My wife wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah, the poster's not the asshole for not wanting the mother-in-law in there. That's not what makes her the asshole. She's the asshole for the way that she reacted and what she said.
Yeah. Like,
because it's also sensitive. Like I mean, you're telling that person that they can't witness something that they really want to, which is obviously 100% her right.
Yeah.
But you're just like, hey, like, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, like she could have just kept shutting her down lightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, look, no, I'm not okay with it. Like, oh, but I'm also the grandmother. Like, okay, it's
or
not
she
about
could
that.
have
I don't
stood
want
her
anyone else there.
ground firmly. Also, like, after a certain point, if she's getting really irritated, she could have stood her ground firmly without saying something rude.
Yeah. So
Just
for
like,
sure,
you know what? I'm sorry. Like, you're not going to be in there. I've made a decision. Like, please don't ask again.
Yeah. And then you don't need to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be like, yeah, you can be in there when your son gives birth, you know?
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh.
and then he was kind of siding with the mom, I think. He was siding with the mom.
Yeah, he was just rude.
Dude, no, yeah, and let's like not. I almost felt like we were gonna move on from this, but he's like, well, if my mom can't be there, I'm not gonna be there either.
Oh my!
Like, you're not gonna witness the birth of your child because your mom was not allowed to be there. Like, you're an idiot. Dude.
Yeah, you're stupid.
You're an idiot. You're gonna regret it. Like, hopefully him and the wife talk
even
about
as
this.
a threat, even if that was just a threat,
even as a threat,
ridiculous.
dude. Even at the threat, that's he's totally an asshole for that. Because like now you're. Like, listen,
your wife is also scared now. Like, am I gonna have to give birth by myself? You know what I mean? Like, that sucks, dude. Like,
yeah,
I can't imagine going into labor and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be alone.
I mean, yeah. That's if she like thinks that he's not gonna be there. She's like, yo, what's up with that?
I mean, if he's threatening her, I mean,
the threat itself is like dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, like.
Yeah.
Because like, if you don't mean it, then why are you saying that? Like, now you're just trying to like.
Yeah,
scare
or you
her
do mean it, and you're even stupider.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're doing it to just scare her or to making a decision like, okay, fine, I'll let your mom go.
Yeah.
That sucks. But then if you actually didn't go, like, idiot.
Divorce.
Idiot.
If you don't go, divorce.
Divorce.
I'm gonna say that every episode now.
Man. Okay.
I'm gonna prescribe one divorce per episode, where I see fit.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
You're like, my best friend. Divorce.
Divorce. Okay. Here's the little bit heavier one.
Oh, jeez.
It's not that. I mean, whatever. Am I the asshole for missing my father-in-law's funeral after my mother-in-law booked my husband's after my mother-in-law booked my husband first class, but me economy? Me, female, 31, and my mother-in-law don't have a close relationship. She's civil towards me, but can be passive aggressive at times, and we tend to disagree oftentimes. We live in different states. My father-in-law passed away suddenly, and my mother-in-law told me and my husband to come and attend the funeral. She booked our tickets to fly out to her state. But the issue started when my husband told me that we couldn't sit together in the plane because his mom had booked him a first class ticket while I got economy. I was flabbergasted by this. I've never seen somebody write out flabbergasted, by the way. I tried asking him why, but he urged me to suck it up and we'll talk about it later. In that particular moment, I felt so much humiliation and contempt. I felt like she was treating me as less than her even in hard times. I decided not to go and just go back home. My husband was shocked by my decision to go home and tried to convince me to just go, but I declined. He went alone, and I ended up missing the funeral. He was livid, calling me and texting me nasty things and calling me petty and spoiled. He said I should just be grateful that his mom paid for my ticket to begin with and said that she doesn't owe me a goddamn thing. I argued about how she could have just booked us both in economy if money was an issue, but he called me pathetic for thinking about it like this when his dad had just died. He said it was cruel He said it was cruel what I did to his mom and his family. Will never forget that I missed the funeral over a ridiculous reason. Am I the asshole for going home over this? And then extra information. One of the reasons I didn't settle for the economy ticket was because I wanted to sit next to my husband and support him. He sobbed the whole ride to the airport, and I didn't want to leave his side. I was shocked when he told me that we couldn't sit together, and how he said it like he had no issue with it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's the asshole.
She's the asshole.
Like, so at the end, when you're like, you know, I couldn't
leave his side.
I wanted to be there to support him. Like, okay, so support him at the freaking funeral.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you wanted to be there to support him in the plane ride so bad. she was so angry that she couldn't, that she let him go to his father's funeral alone.
We don't know. I don't know how like to fly from like California to freaking like New York is like, I don't know, like a 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
So you couldn't like you were so upset that you couldn't support him. They in a 5-hour flight that you missed, probably like a day or 2 days of
Also,
a weekend of this like of the funeral. It sounds like she was angry at the
mother-in-law.
I mean,
they already have a bad relationship, and now she's just kind of like.
Well, the mother-in-law is an asshole too.
So that's what everybody says. That's what the verdict was. The official verdict was everybody sucks. And I'm going to tell you, until right now that I was reading it again, that's what I thought. And now I'm going back on that. And I feel like maybe the reason that I'm taking that verdict away from the mother-in-law is because maybe she was just trying to give extra comfort to her son and can't afford for both of them to be first class.
First class doesn't give you extra comfort.
I mean, I've never flown first class, so
I
don't know. But
I mean, it's first class. Oh, so
I don't know.
Look at this. I just I have really, I feel like I have really strong opinions about this.
Yeah.
But like, in my opinion, first class is not going to do anything to make you feel better about your dad dying.
Well, obviously.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, what's the point? What would be the point of flying first class? Because I'm just saying to your point, right? To your point of
comfortable or something. I don't like. Maybe I'm just trying to think about like, because again, I agreed with that verdict until right now, and now I'm just thinking like, I don't know, like you're trying to extend every comfort possible to like this person that's grieving. Like you have to grieve. I'm assuming that this guy's been like crying in his bed for like days, and now he has to fly to another state. I'm trying to make him. This is my son. I'm trying to make him just as comfortable as humanly possible. And like, not that first class would do anything, but like, what do I do other than book him a first? Like, what can I do in this moment for him? What's the most I can do is book him a first class ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the absolute most I can do. Is that going to do anything? Is that going to bring his dad back? No.
Right.
But that is the most I can possibly do because I can't be there with him.
But I feel like, if I was in that situation, like, okay, I'm buying you a ticket to come out here. Like, first class to me has nothing.
Yeah.
To me, it just has like nothing to do with anything.
No.
It sounds like they have money because I think they said their estate. So
I don't know. She said, but she did say if money was an issue to just book them both economy. I don't know. But I'm just thinking like this mom's also grieving and she's just trying to extend every comfort to her son. Maybe she just wasn't.
To me, it feels like a jab towards the daughter-in-law.
Maybe so. You know, this was again. I'm kind of tipping back and forth on whether the mother-in-law is like an asshole or not. But I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it matters a lot less than the fact that the original poster is an asshole.
Yeah, for sure. That's just like a freaking like a 5 levels down. Like, I mean, it's just something that I thought about it, but like it almost doesn't even need to really be like mentioned or like
debated. Like it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
John Mather.
Whether she's the asshole or not. It's just the original poster is a mega asshole. Yeah. And yeah, the family will never forgive her, and I don't think that they should.
Yeah, I feel like she, sounds like they have beef. I just feel like there's beef between the mother-in-law and the daughter, and the wife, or mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. She's like, what? You got him in first class? Not that she wanted first class also. Yeah. She's just like, well, let's just go economy together. Yeah.
Also, I feel like she would have mentioned it if this had happened, but she could have also I don't know what their financial situation
upgraded,
is. She could have tried to upgrade too.
But I think it's not about that. I think it's about that she's so angry that the mother-in-law.
That's what I'm saying. If she really wanted, if the real problem was that she wanted to be with her husband that bad, she could have tried to upgrade or something. No, she was just like so pissed off at the mother-in-law that she let her husband go to his dad's funeral by himself.
I mean that's I think she's 100%
and went home. The asshole. How do you? I mean, oh my gosh.
And then like she's like, I wanted to be there for him.
Dude, that's so I can't imagine. I would be so pissed off if I was like this dude, the husband's family, because like I can't imagine like being the one. How do you get home and decide to sit there? Like I feel like getting home and realizing that your husband's on his way to his dad's funeral. If that was me, if for whatever reason I was that stupid and angry and whatever, filled with rage that I decided to come home, I would walk in that door and go, oh fuck. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
like-
next flight out.
Like, how does any of that have anything to do with you?
Yeah.
Okay, if you are, let's just say that lady was trying to make you like feel less than. She's like, I'm gonna get him first class. I'm gonna get you economy, and it's just another way for me to make you feel bad because I don't like you or whatever issue. Look, who cares?
Who cares?
Because you know what? Even if so because you could also say she bought him a first class ticket but didn't buy me one. So let's pretend that she bought the son a ticket because you're my son, so I'm gonna buy you a ticket to come out here. If your wife wants to join you, she's more than welcome to join.
The mom bought both of them tickets.
And she can pay her own way,
Yeah.
right? So let's just say she's like, hey, I want you to come. I bought you a first class ticket. I want you to come, and I want you to be comfortable. Let's go using your kind of thoughts behind that. But I'm only going to pay for yours, right? If your wife wants to join, well, you guys can get and if you want to sit together, you can buy a first class ticket. If not, buy economy. We'll see you over here.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
But so even if she didn't buy her one, then she would have been like, you know what? Okay, cool. It's fine. They got you first class. I'm going to get coach economy, and I'll see you when we land in 5 hours.
Yeah.
But I feel like if the mother-in-law didn't buy her a ticket, she would have probably been like, they bought him a first class. She doesn't want me to go, and she would have like kind of victimized herself.
Yeah.
She would have just like kind of played the victim.
Yeah.
When it has nothing to do with you, it's got nothing to do with whatever issues you and your mother-in-law have. It has to do with you as your husband's wife, partner.
Yeah.
Be there to
as a
be there to
partner,
support
your
him.
only role right now is to be supportive.
Be there
and
and support him.
you under the guise of needing to be supportive so badly that you couldn't sit away for him for 5 hours. Under that guise, just decided to not go entirely.
How narcissistic are you that when your husband's father dies,
You're
somehow
gonna
you made it
fight.
about yourself,
You're gonna fight with your mother-in-law,
and you made it about yourself.
You're gonna choose that time to awful. Everybody in these stories sucks. We had 3 everybody sucks or 2.
I think we had my first one was Everybody Sucks, right?
I think so.
And then my second one was also Everybody Sucks.
Yeah, and then this one
I think it was Everybody Sucks on almost all.
on 3 out of 4. This one made me angry.
I like that Everyone Sucks though. The ones that are like I like finding those stories that like you got to debate to see if like
because a lot of these are like so clear cut, like this person or this person is the asshole.
And some of those are good too because there's just so much shock factor.
Yeah, exactly.
And like this crazy shock and wow factor on the other end that you're like, how did that person even think they?
100%. But that's the lore with a lot of these, and so then I do kind of like these where they're a little bit questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I still am questioning some of my decisions with these. I feel like I'm gonna get called out for bad takes on this one.
Maybe
this is the first and only time that'll ever happen, you guys.
She's like, my judgment is impeccable.
It's always right. I'm always right.
Should we go with father-in-law for the next episode?
We could. I feel like there's gonna be less stories. I feel like father-in-laws are less controversial.
That's true. Maybe father-in-laws like they just stay out of it, right? For the most part, they stay out of it.
Should we go like siblings?
Let's go siblings.
Let's
go siblings. We'll do more research on see if we can find some father.
More the deepest depths.
The deepest depths of the. We'll go siblings, and then if we can find good father-in-law stories, maybe we'll do like for like a future episode.
Pop them in there.
Yeah. No, for a future episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, as a separate subject, like a future episode, if we find some juicy ones. But for now, I'm happy with what the stories that we found. I'm happy with the controversial kind of.
I'm angry.
We had some debate on there.
Yeah.
Trying to convince you to agree with the restroom one.
Yeah.
So next episode will be episode 6. We are at 19 subscribers, guys.
Woo-woo.
I'm proud of every one of those subscribers. I'm proud of. Next stop 20. Who's gonna be number 20?
Who's gonna do it?
It could be you. Just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Hit that subscribe.
If you guys are enjoying these stories. So next episode will be episode 6. And it was going to be about some sibling drama.
It's going to be the best one yet, you guys.
They're getting
getting better and better.
They keep getting better and better. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for commenting. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Peace.